Hey, my name's James Nicholson. Welcome to my YouTube channel. So some bad news came in over the weekend. Michael Gove was interviewed by the press and let slip that they're expecting inflation to go back up in the August figures that we get in 2 weeks from now. Now that's not good. Not good at all. And it really is going to hit people hard because inflation was on the downward trend. The government wants to hit it below 5% by Christmas, and now it's looking like it's potentially going back up due to energy costs and food. Now, why can't we get this sorted? Because Spain has done an absolutely incredible job on their inflation. So what did Spain do that maybe we could follow, and why have they got it so right when we've got it so wrong? So before we jump into that, make sure that you subscribe to the channel and hit the bell notification. Smash the like button, guys. We're on the way to 100,000 views for the second month in a row now. This channel's grown really fast in the last few months. A couple of months ago, we were at 30,000 views a month. Now we're at over 100. So thank you to everyone that watches the channel. I really appreciate it. And all your awesome comments as well. So let's just quickly look at Spain. What did Spain do differently to us? Well, Spain put a much bigger energy cap in against their energy companies, way bigger than the UK. And ours is gone now. Theirs is still going to stick around for at least another year. Now, energy is one of the biggest problems for us because when the energy is higher, it costs more to refrigerate the food, especially on a hot day like today. It costs more to transport that food. And so that's why the food has been one of the most difficult things that we've had to deal with in the UK. And it's food that's really been rocking up really high. Now you've taken away that energy price cap, pubs, restaurants, supermarkets, it's hard to expect them to really not increase their prices, especially the retail and rental and restaurant trade, which isn't really doing very well anyway. It's been a very tough business to be in. And so these companies are getting absolutely hammered with increased costs, and we're trying to not expect them to pass it on. It's unlikely. So that's going to not help with inflation. What else did Spain do? Well, they cut the cost of public transport as well. And that was a real big thing because that meant that people could get about. Instead of taking a car, they could use the train or the bus at a much lower cost. And that really helped. They also helped with the cost on food as well. They took VAT off food. Now, we don't have VAT on supermarket food, but we do on restaurant food. So why don't we help those guys while they've got these huge energy costs and help them with one of their other big costs, which is the cost of their food? That would help our inflation. This government isn't doing much. So we had the energy cap, that's gone. What else are we doing? I'm not seeing much. If you are, and I'm missing it, comment below, because I'm open to looking at stuff that's happening. So inflation is expected to tick up this month above 7%. That's what Michael Gove is kind of hinting. And they'll be starting to get that data, although we don't get it till the 18th. They kind of know. And if they're dropping nuggets of that into the news, they're kind of forewarning us what we might expect. So if inflation goes up to 7%, what does that mean for us? Well, it means we're very likely to get that interest rate rise that we're looking at in September. Is pretty much a foregone conclusion if that happens. So that's not good. There was a possibility at times where we were saying that, look, interest rates might stabilize. We might pause at least once between now and Christmas. But now, with this inflation ticking up, it just means they're going to crank the interest rates up because they don't have anything else that they're doing. There's no policies there that are helping anyone. Now that means your mortgage payments are going to go up. That means rents are going to go up because the interest rate that the landlord gets passed on really to the tenant. And that's not good either. I've made videos on this recently where I say rising rents is a real problem. Like your carrots going up 10%, it's not great. But eventually you get to a point where that flattens out and you deal with that. Whereas a rent rise is a massive chunk of someone's take-home pay. And if it goes up more than 10%, it will stay there and it will be prolonged costs and pain for that person. The landlord will be making less profit as well. Then you're going to want them to do EPCs and all this other stuff that you've got coming through. I think the government really need to take a good look at themselves and say, we need to do something. Now, tax cuts was another way they were considering stimulating the economy, or is being talked about by some as one way that it could be done. Isn't official government policy. But the problem you've got is that the interest rates are going up, and the government themselves, their debt payments have gone up significantly, which means it's really hard for them to do anything else to help. So a huge chunk of government money is just gone to debt, which is not great. And so what really needs to happen is we need to get some policies in the UK that are going to help with inflation. Knock the VAT off the restaurant food. Restaurants are a big chunk of a UK economy. A lot of people go to restaurants often. Maybe you go there for lunch. I don't know, every day, whatever you do. But it will make some impact. Right now, we're doing nothing. Zero. Put the energy price cap back in. Keep it for longer. Make it bigger. Like, that's going to help people get through this difficult period. So that's going to have an impact, obviously, on house prices. If inflation does hit 7%, if the interest rates go up, it will impact house prices, but it won't be overnight. We made a video yesterday where we talk about house prices are going down. I think less than I expected in 2023, but who knows what will happen in 2024. It's just kicking the can down the road, and in 2024, we're gonna see a bit more of a downturn for sure, probably a recession, and then who knows what. But let me know, what do you think inflation's going to get to? Can you see it going back up? Do you think it's possible that the government will hit their own target of around 5% by Christmas? Comment below. Do subscribe to the channel if you didn't earlier. Do like the video. Check out all the other content we've got on the channel. And why not go and watch this video right here?